So, Mike, you and I are going to go over the what was actually announced during this state of play by Sony, which they live streamed this on YouTube and a few other
Okay.
websites a few days ago. I watched the state of play, and yeah, shit was boring as hell. Fucking boring. But there was like two games that I thought looked interesting, and then the rest were like trash. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are. So here we go.
All right.
There's some very unexpected developments in your future. Shocking.
Station 5.
Now, all this is an update to Crash Bandicoot 4. I'm not sure if you ever played Crash Bandicoot, but I was never like a fan, really.
Oh yeah, I played a few back in the day. I had it on PlayStation 1. I think I remember a PlayStation 2.
Okay. Yeah, because yeah, I was never really like a fan of Crash Bandicoot. I didn't jump on board with Naughty Dog until Jak and Daxter, specifically Jak 2. That's when I officially became like a fan. But yeah, Crash Bandicoot was not something I really cared for. I mean this looks cool and everything, but like I said, this is just added content or whatever because the game is already out now. And that's just I won't be playing it. So yeah, so that was that announcement. Next up, they had footage for Returnal, which is the upcoming PlayStation 5 exclusive due out for release next month. And this is a roguelike game, which means that it's a specific genre where when you die, the level basically changes. The level and the enemies and it change every time you die. And so, looking at the footage right now, let's take a look here.
With the large variety of enemies and the vast number of unique movesets each possess, combat situations prove challenging no matter what the circumstances are. Death is only the beginning. Every time you die and restart, the world will change. The map will be different, enemies will appear in new locations and in differing numbers, so you have to think fast and adapt.
So again, with Returnal, this is a roguelike game. It has procedurally generated levels. So every time you die, the game automatically creates a new level. It shuffles the enemies, so everything is different from the first time before. Your last go, your last attempt. And yeah, great graphic style, great art style. The enemy design looks a bit strange, but they're supposed to be like aliens or whatever. So I don't think they went too far in that in that regard. My main concern is if the gameplay is going to get a bit repetitive over time, and also is the game going to get like is it going to have replay value, a good sense of replay value. I'm concerned about that as well. What are your thoughts on Returnal?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with everything you said. Big things I'm really worried about about it is like the procedural generation for the levels, like you said. Like, how different is it when you die? How different are these levels? Are they really all that interesting as well? Like you said, it could get repetitive really quickly, and it's like oh man, I just wasted my money on this, and it doesn't feel any different. It's not really how they say it is. Like they could probably shuffle up the enemies and all that, but still, are the levels really all that different and interesting to really tell it apart? So that's my being worried about this type of game right here. But other than that, like you kind of said, it does look good, the art style and the graphics. Combat looks real fast paced and fun. Enemies look pretty cool, like you said. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this one goes.
Yeah. And you don't want to. I know I don't want to. Spend hundreds of dollars on the PlayStation 5 and for a disappointing game.
Hmm.
And so this is one I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to look to the reviews for. I'm not really a roguelike fan because it just makes those types of games they make themselves even more repetitive than other genres because
Yes.
the whole concept is you're supposed to die over and over again and get better. That's like the whole point of them. So I'm, like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. If it turns out to be great, then I may get a PS5 early. So we'll see. On to the next game. We have Knockout City here.
For those who've got the skills. In our 1v1 face-off mode, you'll go head-to-head in a constantly shrinking battleground, relying on your reflexes and abilities to knock out an opponent. A well-timed catch powers up the ball, making it easier to land a hit. Use trick shots to lob a ball over a ledge or hook it around a corner. Fake a throw to mess up your opponent's timing and knock them out before they can recover. When you're in a tough spot with a ball flying your way, a last-second dodge is the difference between getting knocked out and staying in the fight. Keep your wits about you and outplay your opponent to bring home a win.
So, as you and I went over before, this has a very specific audience, for people who've played something like Rocket League or Splatoon or Fall Guys, anything like that. It seems like a strange game to have on PlayStation console because it doesn't seem like it's the right audience overall.
Yeah.
But hardcore gamers are definitely not going to be interested really in something like this. This is mainly more so for a casual audience than not. It just seems strange to me to make a game like the concept, I guess, is just a little bit weird to me. To make an online multiplayer open world game that's dodgeball, that seems a bit weird to me. You would think they would go for more of a a linear self-contained type of thing
Right.
for a concept like this. And it's not something that I'm really interested in. I'm definitely not going to play this. What are your thoughts on Knockout City?
I'm with you. I'm not gonna play this shit either. I never want to play this shit. I'm not interested in it at all. Not my type of game. Um, like you said, it does serve for a specific audience, and I'm sure I don't know why they would have issue with this one. I mean everything fits. Like I said, usually that same cartoon style with those type of games like Splatoon or Fortnite or whatever. It just has the dodgeball thing going on, I guess, which is pretty different from the rest and looks kind of different as well. So I guess they're interested in that. They can give it a shot. Yeah, not for me.
Right, right. The only thing I will say about it is like the art style and everything looks great, but yeah, gameplay wise, it's in the concept itself is just not my thing. So not for me. Next we have Seafood, and yeah, we were talking about this earlier. This looks pretty damn good. Yeah, so I already mentioned that this reminded me of the hallway scene from Daredevil season 3. You said it reminded you of the raid, and yeah, it has that core like martial arts style that we just don't have in other games, and that's why I'm interested to play it personally. It's going to scratch that itch, I think, for that super hardcore physical combat.
Yeah.
But it's also going to have like mechanics wise, it looks like it's gonna have that depth that other melee based combat games don't have. So yeah, I'm wondering if this is going to be a bigger release or if it's going to be more like an indie type of thing, which I think is the case based off of the art style. What do you think about Sifu?
When we first took a look at the trailer, when like that first small shot right there, I was like, oh man, I was like, I wasn't sure how this is gonna be. Man, as soon as it started showing the little clips of the combat, I was like, oh man, yeah, this is definitely something gaming needed right here. Like, I love that combat. Like I said, how it reminded me of the Raid. That movie was pretty amazing, like fighting and everything. And this definitely has that going on with it right now. I'm like, it looks like it'll be a lot of fun. I'm curious to know about the story too, how that's gonna play out. So
Yeah, it does.
yeah,
It does look like it has like a strong narrative hook with it. And it looked like I said, the character ages through the trailer, so I think this is going to have like a pretty decent story to go along with it, and that's always a plus. So yeah, it looks pretty damn good. This was one of the only games during the state of play that I found intriguing. And at first, I didn't know what to make of it because, like, the art style, I'm not really a big fan of the art style. But the more I look at the trailer, the more I'm like, man, that doesn't even bother me. It looks good.
Yeah.
So, that's Sifu.
What's up on this one?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep my eye out on this one. So that's Sifu. Next one is Solar Ash. I think that shit.
Violent creatures.
Yeah, Solar Ash.
Our combat system is simple, fast, and fluid, built to empower players and encourage flow. As you explore the Ultra Void, enemy encounters will scale to greater and greater sizes. Some of these creatures require speed and precise timing to defeat. Rey will eventually need to face the massive sentinels of this void, wretched, starved beasts that hold the key to her quest. Solar Ash is Heart Machine's vision of the adventure platformer.
Yeah, Solar Ash is like a platforming game. It's a new title. I think it's an indie title coming to both PS4 and PS5. It like I said to me when we discussed this the first time, the art style is not something I'm a big fan of. Gameplay wise, it looks okay, but it looks like something that's gonna get stale pretty quickly. After like the first hour or so, the novelty is going to wear off, and then it's just going to feel pretty much the same. Now, it could be one of those games that, it looks a certain way from the trailer, but then as soon as you pick it up, it actually, it actually feels so good to play that it has that addictive, gameplay loop. But I don't know. It's not something that I think I'm going to really spend my time with. So that's me. It's another one of those things where it's like similar to Knockout City. It's not really for me. So your thoughts on Solar Ash?
Yeah. So I definitely have a feeling the game's gonna do good review wise. I remember these guys made Hyper Life Drifter, which I know received a lot of great reviews, and it's pretty kind of looking like the same. Very stylish, very colorful, real fast paced. Game, it's really not for me. Like you were saying, the gameplay, from what I'm seeing in the videos, it looks like something I would get tired of with pretty quickly. It's not my style, like collecting, and it doesn't seem like it'd be too combat heavy, and mostly like you're just running around, platform, and all of that. So I don't think I'm really too interested in this one. But I know the devs have a good reputation, so I'm sure they'll do well with this one. But yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah. So moving on from Solar Ash. So we have this Five Nights at Freddy's game. Yeah, let's take a look here.
We have to get you out by morning.
You will do as I say. You will bring me what I want. And if you fail me, then you will, both of you, burn!
So, yeah, you have more experience as far as like knowing what this is compared to me. I've never seen gameplay for Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever it is. All I know is that when I used to work at Walmart, they had the little figures or whatever in the toy aisle at in the kids section within the store, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like a TV show, but apparently it's a game. Yeah, and I like I said, I've never seen gameplay for this. You said you have seen gameplay for this. You've seen people play the old the older titles or whatever, but
Yeah, it's like those horror, one of those horror games with those annoying quick jump scares and all that mess.
similar to like a Slender Man type of thing.
Yeah,
Okay, well, yeah, that's not something I've ever really been interested in. Although I did like Slender Man, like I remember the phenomenon with that. But you said this one looks a little bit different from the game, the older games or whatever.
oh yeah, it definitely looks more updated now. A lot more you can do, like walking around everywhere. I think it don't. I'm not saying it looks good at all. To me, this shit still looks terrible, and it just looks like some shit. I don't even want to say an amateur can make, because I mean, it just looks really bad to me at all. Like I've never been a fan of any of the Five Nights at Freddy games. They've always looked pretty terrible to me, and this looks no different. It just looks pretty cheap and all that, and some shit. I don't know. I guess a basic game designer would make. It's not scary at all. Shit's just stupid to me, and honestly, I'll pass on this one.
Yeah, it looks like one of those cheap hide and seek games,
Yeah,
like an Outlast, but it doesn't have the story or anything to back it up like Outlast does.
yeah,
So
yeah,
and it definitely doesn't have the fucking the fucking the scare factor the way Outlast does. So it definitely doesn't have that either. Yeah, this looks like it's made for a younger audience. So yeah, this isn't something I'm gonna play. So it's a skip for me. So the next one is this Oddworld Soulstorm game. This shit looks awful. I'm not even gonna.
Accidental hero turned
Yeah,
unlikely
this looks
leader
like
of
shit.
an emerging revolution.
Bullshit.
As you do battle through weird and wonderful environments in an effort to escape the all-powerful and eternally greedy Gluckins. We really wanted to bring this world to life with what we call 2.9D platforming, which adds much more depth and immersion for the player. This sense of connection is also reinforced through the use of the DualSense's haptic feedback, as you'll now be able to feel Abe's heartbeat in high alert and suspenseful situations. There are well over 1,000 fellow Mudokons that you must try to save along the way, but they are far more than helpless workers looking to be saved.
That motherfucker wearing a fucking ball cap. Did you see that shit?
Go back to that one.
What the fuck?
Man.
Then they don't have no nose or anything. Yeah, this shit looks. This shit they have no nose, but they have like human like ears or something. This shit is weird, yo. This shit is weird. So, yeah, this looks weird to me. It looks like trash. Then they're talking about how they have features for the DualSense, the PlayStation 5 controller's haptic feedback, which is like a gimmick. Now I heard it's like a legit like feature. It's like something new that hasn't been done in gaming before, but I've heard mixed reception on it. And so, you know, that's like one of their selling points for this. Then, you know, that's just another reason for me to not care. And then, you know, as a 2D platformer, you know, whatever, I like 2D platformers, but the character design is awful in this. Characters look fucking weird with bug eyes and just they look like rejected designs from like Star Wars Aliens or something. It's just it looks really bad. The stealth and everything looks like a joke to me. Yeah, man, it looks like some bullshit. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Oddworld? Whatever the fuck this shit's called.
I'm actually with you. You know, the first time I heard of the Oddworld games, was back in like the X-Blade cheat days, and that was when the Oddworld, I think it was Stranger's Wrath that came out. You know, it looked pretty fun to me, and so like when I saw the title on this first pop up, I was like, okay, this could be decent looking. It's been a while since I've seen an Oddworld game. Man, it's as soon as I just saw the gameplay and everything, because from what I know, I think it's going back to I think the original Oddworld, which it was all the way back in the PlayStation days, and I guess it looked just like this too, and to me, the shit's still ugly. It's ugly as hell. Character design is ugly as hell, like you were saying. Just like that fucking coder.
I have to go back to that shit. Wait. Oh man, that's awful, yo. He looks like a rape victim. I swear, it's like they it's like they took him into the fucking hospital and performed a rape kit. Right, where were you touched here? He looks like a victim in every fucking scene, dude. Just fucking sad puppy eyes and shit, dude. Yeah, man, this looks like some trash. I can't believe they wasted people's time with this shit right here, man. They wasted everyone's time.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to go back to those how the original games were back in the PlayStation days. But man, I didn't even want to play those. So yeah, this looks awful to me. I wouldn't want to touch it.
Yeah, fuck Oddworld, Soulstorm, whatever the hell. I won't be playing it. Okay, next up we have Kenna Bridge of Spirits. This is due out for release in, I think, late August. Yeah, late August.
The rats seem quite fond of you. are usually timid. Something tells me you did not come to our village looking for forest creatures.
Hello, Spirit. I seek passage to the sacred mountain shrine.
So, yeah, my thoughts when I took a closer look at this game, which was about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I thought to myself, it has a great art style, great art direction. I love the cinematic camera that they have on it. The Pixar style that they have going, or the DreamWorks style that they have going is great. Definitely stands out from any other game that's coming out. And the gameplay looks like it could be a lot of fun, not just for the combat, but for the puzzles too, because they have the little black furry creatures that follow you around throughout the world. Yeah, it looks like it could be something that's not just for kids, but something that's also for older audiences. Basically, it's a game that's made for everyone. Yeah, it looks great to me. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with you. The game's it's a really pretty looking game, and it definitely looks like it's a lot of fun to play. And like I was saying, definitely brings back some um those PS2 game vibes back for me. I mean, I don't know what it is about it. I don't know. It's definitely looking good. The world looks awesome. The enemies look awesome. It just looks so colorful, and I'm like, I think this game is definitely something I'll check out when it's finally released.
I think it's going to be a sleeper hit. So,
Mm.
yeah, I'm definitely going to check this out when it comes out later this year and see how it is. So that's Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Next up, we have Deathloop. So, yeah, as I was saying when we were discussing this the first time, um, I played I played the second Dishonored game, Dishonored 2. I liked it. I played through the game, from start to finish one time as the Emily character. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something that I felt the need to go back and play again. And I own Dishonored 1 and 2 on PC. And like I said, the games are good, but they don't really have longevity for me. And so this being, given the fact that it looks exactly the same as Dishonored 1 and 2, and it just seems like Dishonored 3 in disguise, in a different coat of paint. It's not something that I'm really interested in spending, full price on. If I get it at all, more than likely it'll be at like a very deep sale on PC. Um, and like I said, the '70s theme it looks good, but it's a bit random to me, and just out there, and it doesn't really feel like they really had a purpose for throwing something like that in there. So yeah, it's not really something I'm looking forward to. It looks okay though. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, just like you, played Dishonored 2. Also played a bit of the first Dishonored, and yeah, this shit pretty much just looks just like it. It doesn't look much different at all. Besides the little 70s theme going on right there. And like you, when I played those games, they were you said they were pretty good and fun, but it's like not some shit I really like. Once I'm done playing the games and I beat it, Like, yeah, that's cool, but I'm not gonna go fucking crazy about it, talking to anybody. I mean, if it's something I would get on, if someone asked me about it, I tell them, yeah, it's an okay game. You'll have some fun with it, but I wouldn't pay full price for it. I get it on like a deep sale, like you were saying. Yeah, this game doesn't really look like there's much of an improvement at all with from Dishonored 2. And like I said, the 70 theme's cool and stuff, but there's not much that's changed. Still looks like the same shit to me, and wasn't too much of a fan of the first two games, so not all that interested in this one either. There's just not much of a difference to pull me in, so yeah, I'm not interested in this one.
Yeah, but you know, this is like I said, it looks like a game that's great for a rental. Like you would rent it for like a weekend and that'd be it. You know, do what you need to with it and then move on. So send it back, do what you got to do. But yeah, definitely, this is definitely not something I'm going to spend full price on. So it is what it is. I do want to play this one part though. I'm sorry, that's funny every time. That shit is crazy. Oh man. Yeah, so that's Deathloop, and now we have this. And like I was telling you before, yeah, they spent 8 minutes on this shit right here, man. Eight fucking minutes.
Cloud! Quickly! Barrett!
Give me a break!
Jesse! Barrett!
Where you been?
Tifa! Help me!
Come on! Let's push it past the red line! No!
So this is the DLC I was telling you
about. My name is Yuffie, Materia Hunter and Elite Special Forces operative for the new Wutai government. We'll prove to our common enemy that Wutai is not to be trifled with. Members of Avalanche, we got this.
So if there's anything positive I have to say about this, Yuffie looks great. She looks great in HD. You know, graphically, you know, she's in line with the other characters. The voice actress, I don't know the voice actress they got for her, but sounds good to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, the problem is the actual DLC itself. So.
Boss!
Get wrecked!
You guys should probably get moving.
Got it.
Whatever it is they're planning, you're better off out of it.
Now, let the hunt begin!
I hate that fucking Square Enix logo. Every time that shit pops up, it's always something. It's always some bullshit.
Damn.
It's always something.
Like you said, this shit really is 8 minutes. They're still going.
Yeah. They kept on. Now look at this fucking comparison right here. This graphics comparison.
Oh man.
Do you see how similar that shit looks?
Yeah.
They want $70 for the PlayStation 5 version. It's like all they did was raise the contrast. It looks better in certain areas, like the lighting and everything, but
yeah,
for $70, I mean, does
their mind.
Does it look that much different from the original version? I mean,
no. Man, that's crazy.
That's batshit.
We really spent 8 minutes on this shit.
The game just...
Was this really that impressive to them that they had to show this off?
because they know how popular Final Fantasy VII is. It's like the people lose their fucking shit over Final Fantasy VII. As soon as they see one of these characters, like motherfuckers start flipping out and jumping off the walls and shit. You know,
That's ridiculous, man. If this shit came on, if I watched it when it was live, I would have felt like I was getting played. Like, look at it, like this is a joke.
you should have seen the comments, dude. You should have seen the fucking comments. Like, motherfuckers were posting shit like, this shit's still going.
Fucking photo mode. Oh my goodness. Come on now.
No one but the most hardcore fucking fans are gonna care about that shit, dude. I'm talking like nut hugger, like Final Fantasy fans. Like, they live and breathe Final Fantasy. Like, that's what they think about when they're taking a shit on the toilet is Tifa and Cloud fucking brushing their teeth. That guy fucking Sephiroth toothbrush. Those crazy ass motherfuckers are the only people who are gonna care about this shit right here. fucking $70, dude. $70, and you can't even all of this right here. All of this right here, you can't access this unless you have a PlayStation 5. And then on top of that, you still have to pay for it for the DLC. You still have to pay for it.
Man.
They lost their fucking minds.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get a PlayStation 5 right now? You go on eBay right now and look at some of the prices scalpers are charging for that damn thing. We're talking motherfuckers charging like $800 and up for a goddamn PlayStation 5. I saw a fucking listing for the PlayStation 5. Motherfuckers are charging like what was it? $100 just for the box? Just for the fucking box?
Man.
Fucking wasting people's time. This shit looks no different than the original version. In some areas, the PS4 version looks better than the PS5 version.
Yeah, right?
That's the crazy shit, dude.
Man.
That's the crazy shit to me. It was the same way with Spider-Man Remastered. They claim a 2-year-old game was remastered and the graphics are better. It's like, it's not better. It's the same shit. And like certain effects, like let me go back. Certain effects like right here, where you have like the reflection on the glass and shit. It's like, are you really gonna be paying that close attention to that shit when you're playing the game?
Yeah, right.
You're really gonna obsess over that? Like, now the light's reflecting on the glass. Oh my god, life is complete. Right? Life is fucking complete. Jesus can now be resurrected. Like, get the fuck out of here,
That's
man.
Crazy, man.
Get the fuck out of here. Did they have fucking gameplay for this part? Because during this section of the game, I noticed how terrible the fucking backgrounds were. I mentioned this in my my deconstructive review. You see how fake this shit looks? It looks like they took a fucking JPEG and slapped that shit in the background. Yeah, man. So some of the backgrounds and shit were like awful. And even if they fix some of the textures for like the PlayStation 5 version, it's like, it doesn't fix anything that was already wrong with the game, you know?
Right.
Anything that was wrong with the game itself is still going to be wrong with it with the PlayStation 5 version, you know? No invincibility frames with the combat, fucking terrible final chapter, boring ass side missions, characters that were written far worse in this new version compared to the original game, you know. But hey, no one cares as long as we get to see Cloud, Tifa, and Barrett, and some of these other characters in HD. No one gives a shit about actual quality. You know. That's why I keep saying Final Fantasy fans, man, y'all some stupid ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? And Square Enix knows that their fan base is stupid. That's why they keep getting away with this dumb shit. Yeah, man. Thoughts on Final Fantasy VII Remake DLC and supposed PS5 upgrade?
Shit's a joke, honestly. I mean, like, man, I don't even play games anymore. But man, just like honestly, I would just feel like so fucking embarrassed and like fucking pissed off at them for posting that comparison. I'm like, so wow, that's you think you think that of me is that little comparison like that little lighting you show me is really gonna sell me on some shit like this? I thought it was about to come up right now. Well, wait for it.
I mean, you can look at this and tell like it's not really that much of an improvement.
Yeah.
In some areas, like I said, the PS4 version looks better than the PS5 version. And then they have the audacity to charge fucking more than what the game cost when it originally came out.
Just look at that. They think some little shit like that. Oh my goodness. Like you said, it looks no different at all. It's really much of an upgrade on this. And the DLC didn't even look that interesting. Like you said, just like it'd be filled with a bunch of crappy side missions. Like, I don't know. I can't believe they spent 8 minutes on this when they could have just could have showcased like better games or whatnot. Like this deserved like 2 to 3 minutes tops.
It's an old game that came out last year, and they spent almost 10 minutes and talking about some DLC that most of the people watching the fucking trailer can't even fucking play because they don't even have a PS5 to play it. Then on top of that, the fucking graphic, the graphics comparison shit, which is a fucking joke. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking sweat not being able to have some more fog effects on screen during specific sections of this game, and neither should anyone else. Yeah, like I said, man, it's a fucking joke. And somewhere out there, you have PlayStation 5 owners right now who already played this fucking game on PlayStation 4, already played the shit, played through the entire thing, and these motherfuckers are gonna go out. What are they gonna do as soon as this shit comes out? June the 10th, I believe it is. They're gonna go out. They're gonna fucking give Square Enix another fucking $70 at retail, $90 for the digital deluxe edition to replay this fucking game that already came out last year. Incomplete when it came out last year, incomplete now, still incomplete. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy, man. And it's like, like you said, they could have spent all this time, showcasing something that's actually new, instead of something that's just a rehash. And they saved this particularly for the end of the trailer, for the end of this, state of play showcase, as if it was like the most important thing out of the whole showcase. That just tells you how terrible the state of play was.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit is a joke, man. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. Oh, and then they have the new the fucking difficulty, the new difficulty or whatever. Let me pause that shit. Where is it? I'm waiting for it to come up, because yeah, here right here. So they have a normal classic difficulty. What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, what do you mean by good normal classic difficulty? I mean, the gameplay style has changed a lot from the old OG one, so...
Oh, okay, so yeah. Okay, so is classic is... Because I didn't play classic when I played this game. Classic is where they paused the game or whatever, and they had something similar to this in Final Fantasy 15, is where the game freezes and then you can input the commands, but it's like it's not a
Oh.
turn-based game, so it's like that's another way of another lazy cheap way of Square Enix trying to keep their the OG fans invested. But it's like, if you care that much, they should have just made the combat system turn-based, just like the original Final Fantasy 7. And they didn't do that. They went in an action, a more action-oriented direction to basically chase the modern AAA market. And so, that's a big problem. It's one of the biggest problems I had with this. So, yeah, man, it's batshit. It's batshit with the gaming industry, man. It really is. Shit is fucking just nuts. But yeah, that was Sony's State of Play. Boring as hell. Most of the games that they showed looked extremely uninteresting, and like I said, I think the primary two that I'm interested in is Sifu and what was the other one? Kenna Bridge of Spirits, which is the best thing that they showed. Everything else is just some bullshit. Deathloop, it looks just like Dishonored. It's nothing I haven't seen or played before. Oddworld Soulstorm looks like some bullshit. I don't care about Crash Bandicoot 4. I don't care about this lazy ass upgrade to the Final Fantasy 7 remake, if you can call it that, and it's fucking anti-consumer ripoff DLC that I won't be playing. That the majority of the people who played the game won't be playing, because hardly anyone has a fucking PlayStation 5. Yeah, I don't care about what was another fucking game that solar ass shit, knockout, whatever the fuck it was. The dodgeball thing, I don't care about that either. Yeah, it's really just Sifu and Kenna Bridge of Spirits. Everything else was basically some bullshit. So 30 minutes of nonsense. Final thoughts on this State of Play?
Yeah, it was pitiful. I really wish it would be real nice if they didn't bring up old games up in here, or that there's barely any difference added to them, like fucking Crash Bandicoot in this Final Fantasy 7 right here.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's just such a waste of time, and doesn't even pull me in. I'm like, it just wastes so much time. It's like, man, you waste time showing these old ass games with barely any new content in it. Like, I mean, I would understand if you have DLC content that really makes a difference. I wouldn't mind that, but shit like this and the Crash Bandicoot shit, it's like, wow, thanks for wasting my fucking time. And the other game showed, like fucking dodgeball game, I fucking hate games like that, and then how they waste time showcasing shit like that too. Man, this whole shit was just pitiful. Like you, I only cared about those two games. Other ones just look like fucking shit to me, like some cheap indie games. And yeah.
Well, that's basically what they are. They are indie games. They are cheap indie games. This isn't AAA. They wasted 30 minutes of their fans' time. Thousands of people sitting in the fucking comment section, blowing up the fucking comments, waiting for Sony to reveal some new shit, and this is the bullshit that they have to show. It's so bad that even IGN was saying Sony needs to improve with their State of Play. Now IGN uploaded a fucking video of them talking about that shit. So I mean, shit. If IGN says you fucking up, then you fucking up. Yeah, man, that's just it's crazy, because I went on GameFAQs before the State of Play even started, and I was just seeing who what are people excited for, and what do people want to see, and someone made a topic like that, and I was reading through it, because I sometimes I ghost that site or whatever, just to see what people are talking about, and yeah, one dude was talking, he was talking some dumb shit like, oh, I want a new Jack and Daxter game, a new Sly Cooper game, I want release date for Elden Ring, I want yeah, just some unrealistic shit like some fantasy world shit, like, dude, you ain't getting any of that. Like, everything on his list was some bullshit. Everything on his list was some nonsense. Oh, I want a release date for God of War Ragnarok. I want a release date for Horizon Forbidden West. Like, man, you crazy, man. Now you looking fucking stupid. Now you looking fucking stupid, man.
Yeah. Fucking get your ass some cheap ass.
Yeah, so somewhere in the office building somewhere, a Sony executive is sitting. Jim Ryan is sitting like on GameFAQs. Is like, so you want this, you want that. Well, fuck all that. Here's this game. Here's this cheap indie game. You can give us money on that. You can give us money on this little fucking this dodgeball shit right here. Yeah, fuck the rest of that. Release date for Elden Ring? No, we ain't ready for that shit. But you can spend some money on this dodgeball right here.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, man. Fuck Sony, man. fuck Sony, man. Yeah, I'm about to check out, man. I'm about to check out. I might not make it through this generation. I'm being fucking serious. They keep doing shit like this. I'm be like, man, you know what? It's been fun. It's been fun, but I'm out. I'm out, and I'm not coming back. So yeah, some nonsense.
Man.
Absolutely crazy, man.
Sure.
Absolutely fucking crazy. But yeah, that was it. That was the state of play from Sony. Yeah, this was an interesting discussion. We had to re-record basically the majority of the video, unfortunately, because the stupid fucking recorder stopped because I ran out of space. But fixed it, and we got it going, and yeah, it's been fun. But yeah, the next time that Sony has like a state of play, they need to actually, show something that people want to see, because this didn't really have much of anything. So, but yeah, that's it for our discussion on Sony state of play. Mike, it's been great. Once again, having you aboard. If the next time they do something like this, we'll probably, we can go back through and waste our time talking about some bullshit ass indie games and and yeah. Well, at least Sifu looks badass.
Yeah.
Looks
at least we got that out of it. At least there's like no shit that we didn't like. So
yeah.
Still disappointed. Like, fuck Sony.
Oh yeah.
All this shit was looking horrible. Oh man.
Yeah, we're being generous.
Yeah.
It wasn't all the way bad, but yeah, the state of play was some. Goddamn, they didn't even fucking try, dude. They didn't even fucking try. That tells you, actually, this state of play tells you that what the majority of the PlayStation 5's library is going to be. You'll have a handful of AAA exclusives within 7 years, and then everything else will be some cheap indie shit that you wish you didn't spend $500 on a console to play.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it's going to be. This has to be the worst fucking game they show. This shit right here has to be the worst one.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
This shit. They even copied the fucking the EA style logo and shit. May as well have the two letters EA up top here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah, so yeah, y'all drinking too much over there at Sony, man. You're drinking, you're drinking a little bit too much. You need to lay off that shit. Whatever it is, gin or whatever the fuck. Liquor, whatever, white liquor, whatever the fuck that shit is. Y'all need to lay off that shit, dude.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we're done. We're done, man. I can't. Can't fuck with this dumb shit no more. Stupid shit. Oh, look at these little new little fucking textures in Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I'm not.
It's sad how a game has come to.
Yeah. They're gonna keep on. There ain't gonna be no more video games in the next few years. Not for me. I won't be buying the shit. I'm gonna get to a point where it's like I ain't buying nothing. I don't care what it looks like. Fuck it. So yeah, that's it. That's it. We're done.